Hello and welcome to a demonstration of SimACD from Portage Communications. SimACD is one of our three products in our product suite here at Portage Communications. We make the Call Center Designer, SimACD, and the Agent Time Scheduler. And they're specifically designed for small and medium-sized call centers, and they are very reasonably priced compared to our more expensive competition. In the previous demo on the Call Center Designer Day Planner, I showed you our base sort of Erlang C tool for calculating the number of agents that you need for each time period for each day within a week. And when you enter into our software, the first thing you do is you select a future week that you want to schedule. And in our example here, I pulled in some data from the past. So it says July 2014, but of course, doing staffing and scheduling, you would be entering in a future week, but I just wanted to pull up some past data that we can go through here. And with Call Center Designer, I gave the example of Tuesday here being selected because it has a bunch of data in it. And then I've selected the day planner. And this, in the previous demo, we showed you how this is basically a very sophisticated Erlang C calculator. It uses the famous Erlang C formula for telling you the number of agents that you need for each time period throughout the day, given the number of calls, the talk time, and work time associated that you expect in each time period throughout the day. And these time periods in this example call center, it's from 8 till 7 in the evening, broken up into 1-hour segments. But of course it can be a 24-hour day broken down into 30-minute or 15-minute segments if you want. And with these call volumes entered and a service level goal, you click calculate and you get the Erlang C numbers. Now, Erlang C is used by most all workforce management systems out there, even the very expensive ones. They use Erlang C or some variant of it. Problem is that it tends to overstaff you. It tends to tell you that you need more people that in actual practice you end up needing. It also completely ignores such things as caller abandonment. It assumes that callers have infinite patience and will stay in queue forever, which is of course not the case. So it doesn't model abandonment. And also it doesn't model, because it doesn't model abandonment, it doesn't model callback or retry. When people do hang up in queue, depending on how valuable your service is, they'll call you back again. And that needs to be taken into account. And there are a number of other deficiencies with Erlang C as well. So what we do is we encourage our customer to go in, do a day planner Erlang C modeling for the particular day that they're working on, and then click on this Copy to SimACD button. And then open up our SimACD module, which looks sort of similar, but what we have at the upper left now is all of the call volume that was copied over from the previous screen, plus the agent levels that were calculated according to Erlang C. So those act now as inputs to a simulation, as well as you enter as well the average weight to abandon that callers exhibit over time. You enter in the ring delay. That's the number of seconds that callers are given a ringtone before they're routed either to the queue or to an agent. And then also a retry percent and retry time. Here we're saying that 55% of people that hang up while they're in queue will call back, and they'll wait an average of 4 minutes and 10 seconds before they do call back. Okay? Once this information has been entered, you click the Go button and a simulation occurs where the software is going through minute by minute, call by call, simulating the calls arriving, being handled, abandoned, overflowed, queued, and so forth. And then at the end of the simulation, you get these ACD simulation results. This column shows you the number of and percentage of calls by time of day that you can expect to actually be handled. The abandonment rate in this column, queuing information here that you can expect. And then out over here to the right, as an output, the number of calls answered in less than 10, 20, 30, and 60 seconds. So you can see in a simulation here, the number of agents is not an output, it's an input. The service level is not an input, it's an output. Okay, it's not calculating a formula, it's simulating the calls actually arriving. So it takes, about 15-20 seconds to run a simulation for this 10-hour day here that we have as our sample. And when you're done with the simulation, you can look at these numbers and say, well, maybe at 8 o'clock here, we want to answer the calls a little faster than that. Okay, so you could go up here, number of agents at 8 o'clock, increase them, say from 15 up to 17. Maybe you look at 10 o'clock and say, wow, we're answering 99% of the calls in less than 10 seconds. We just don't really need to be that fast. Let's bring our staffing levels down a little bit, change it from 35 agents to 33 agents, and so forth. Run another simulation, see what happens. Keep playing with the agent numbers until you get a simulation that gives you the type of service level that you want to maintain prior to going in and then scheduling the agents, which will be the next demo. We will show the actual agent time scheduler that takes this information, this staffing information, and then creates actual employee schedules. You can also increase or decrease the number of agents by a given percentage. As I said, Erlang C tends to overstaff, and you might figure, gosh, it's always overstaffing me about 10%, too many agents. You can go up here and enter 10% or minus 10% and decrease the number of agents by 10% and then run your simulation if you like. So these two modules, the day planner in the previous demo and SimACD, are the modules that Portage Communications provides you for determining the number of people that you need in each time period for each day of a whole week prior to going in and creating the schedule. And the SimACD module is especially important for smaller and medium-sized call centers, because the smaller the call center you are, if you have improper staffing levels, it's just going to have a proportionately greater ill effect on your performance. So the next demo you'll want to watch is the one on our agent time scheduler. Thank you.